Welcome to Living Stoic. What if no one is coming to save you? This isn't a threat, it's your wake-up call. The ancient Stoics knew true peace, strength, and freedom come from radical self-responsibility, not from others. Marcus Aurelius, emperor amidst war and plague, found clarity by writing to himself, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." What does this mean for you? If you want to fix your life, you must first fix your mind. And for that, you need more than feel-good quotes. You need brutal rules, principles so clear, so demanding, they shatter your excuses and force you to rise. In this video, you will learn 8 brutal Stoic rules for fixing yourself. These aren't soft. They won't make you feel good immediately, but they will rebuild you from the inside out. These truths come from Epictetus, who wrote while enslaved, from Seneca, who wrote facing death, and from Marcus Aurelius, who ruled an empire while losing almost everything. These men didn't just survive, they became unbreakable. By the end, you'll have 8 timeless tools to become calmer, stronger, and more disciplined in a world addicted to comfort and chaos. Stay until the end, because rule number 1 is the hardest to accept, but once you do, it will shatter your limitations. Before we dive in, here's your challenge. If you're ready to stop blaming and start building, drop discipline over everything in the comments right now. Let's see who is serious about mastering their mind. This isn't just another motivational video. This is Living Stoic, and this is where your excuses come to die. Let's begin. Number 8, no one is coming to save you. While you breathe, you still have power over yourself, wrote Epictetus, a man born into slavery who never allowed his mind to be chained. In ancient Rome, being a slave meant invisibility, no rights, no future, no voice. Yet from that silence, Epictetus forged a powerful Stoic truth. You must stop waiting. No mentor, no partner, no savior is coming. The world does not owe you rescue. And strangely, that's precisely what makes you free. In modern terms, you're overwhelmed, burnt out, looking for a solution, a hand, a fix. But no one comes. Messages go unanswered. The world moves on. This moment isn't punishment. It's revelation. It's a mirror showing you who you are when the noise fades, and who you decide to become when there's no applause, no encouragement, no backup. Today, people expect external solutions to internal chaos. Therapy, support groups, inspirational posts. But what happens when all of that falls away? When the only person left is you? You act, you rise, you take responsibility, not because it's easy, but because it's the only path to freedom. Epictetus taught that freedom begins the moment you stop expecting life to rescue you. That's the foundation of Stoic power. Write this in your mind. No one is coming. And that is your greatest opportunity. When you accept that, you become unshakable, sovereign, governed not by chance, but by choice. Number 7, control the inner battlefield. Marcus Aurelius, emperor of Rome, ruled during immense turbulence. He commanded armies, endured betrayal, and led through plague. Yet, in his private reflections, he wrote not of politics or strategy, but of self-discipline. You must build up your life action by action, he said, and be content if each one achieves its goal as far as possible. For Marcus, the true battlefield was never on the frontier or in the Senate, it was within. If he failed there, every other victory would be hollow. Imagine your own life. Bad news, endless tasks, disappointing people, the crushing weight of responsibility. That is the external world, always chaotic, always beyond your full control. But one fortress no one can invade unless you open the gates is your mind. That is the battlefield that matters most. If your thoughts are scattered, undisciplined, reactive, if fear and anger dictate your choices, Then it doesn't matter what you achieve, how much wealth you gather, or how much praise you receive. You remain a slave to yourself. This truth is sharper today. Consider the person torn apart by online criticism, or the leader whose work crumbles due to forces beyond control. The difference is never what happens, but how they respond. The Stoic refuses to surrender their mind to chaos. They don't try to control the uncontrollable or waste strength on what belongs to fortune. Instead, they master the one thing always theirs: their interpretation, their response, their posture. That's the line between being ruled by emotion and being ruled by principle. Remember, you don't win life by conquering others, bending the world to your desires, or silencing every storm. You win life by conquering yourself. The world outside will always rage. Storms will rise, betrayals will come, losses will strike. But if your mind is trained, if your inner fortress holds, no wave can break you. You stand like a lighthouse in violent waters, unshaken, immovable, a beacon of stability amid chaos. That is survival. That is freedom. Control the war inside, or the world outside will control you. Number 6. Comfort is the silent killer. Seneca, one of Rome's richest men, warned urgently about comfort's hidden danger. He wrote, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more in imagination than in reality." Our fears, anxieties, and suffering are magnified not by reality, but by our softness toward it. Comfort lulls us into fragility, and fragility multiplies pain. Seneca deliberately practiced discomfort. He slept on the floor, wore rough clothing, ate simple food, though he had wealth for indulgence. Why? He knew what others deny. Comfort breeds dependence, and dependence breeds fear. If your peace depends on hot meals, perfect weather, soft beds, constant praise, or unbroken routines, you've chained yourself to conditions the world doesn't guarantee. A chain is a chain, no matter how golden. Look at the modern world. Life is built around comfort: food with one tap, entertainment with one click, distraction with one swipe. This seems like progress, but comfort has a hidden poison. When ease becomes expectation, discomfort becomes unbearable. The simplest adversity, hunger, effort, rejection, silence, feels like an attack. People break not because life is harsher, but because they've never been hardened. They suffer more in imagination than in reality because their imagination has never tasted discipline. Imagine someone always avoiding discomfort, choosing the easy road, the softer option. They avoid confrontation, solitude, discipline. When life finally strikes, they shatter instantly. Illness, loss, betrayal, failure, all crush them. Not because the storm was too strong, but because their foundation was weak. They never trained their spirit to stand. They built their life like a house of glass, and when the stone came, it exploded. The Stoic chooses differently. Hardship is not a curse, it is the forge. Cold sharpens endurance. Hunger teaches discipline. Rejection toughens resolve. Solitude builds self-reliance. The Stoic seeks these not out of masochism, but out of strength. The one who can embrace discomfort has nothing left to fear. They are free where others are enslaved. Seneca lived among riches, but refused to let riches own him. His practice of discomfort was a daily reminder. I do not need these things. I am strong without them. Remember, comfort is pleasant, but not strength. It feels safe, but leaves you unprepared. It makes life smoother, but makes you weaker, until life asks something greater, and you have nothing left to give. Comfort feels good until it costs you your resilience. And once resilience is gone, nothing external can replace it. If you worship comfort, you will lose the strength to live. But if you train for discomfort, nothing the world throws at you can break you. Number 5, your excuses are your chains. Epictetus, born into slavery, intimately understood limitation. He lived without rights, freedom, or control over his life's details. Yet from that darkness came a sharp sentence. It's not things that disturb us, but our judgments about them. One line, and every excuse you've ever repeated collapses. If suffering is dictated not by circumstance, but by interpretation, then your pain isn't just inflicted, it is sustained by you. That makes it your responsibility. Epictetus had every reason to despair. He could have blamed his chains, his masters, his lack of freedom, but he refused. Instead, he declared, "I can because I govern my own will." He turned slavery, meant to degrade him, into proof that no one can enslave the human mind without consent. Where others saw chains, he saw an opportunity to prove inner freedom's indestructibility. He turned limitation into liberation. Today, excuses wear modern clothes. I'm too tired. I wasn't given the opportunity. No one understands me. But beneath the surface, the Stoic hears the truth. Every excuse is a link in a chain you forge yourself. The more you repeat them, the heavier they grow, until you are shackled not by circumstances, but by your own words. The person who says, "I can't," surrenders their agency little by little until they've given away the only freedom that truly matters, the freedom to act. Think of someone who blames everyone and everything, the bad boss, bad luck, bad timing. Their life doesn't change, not because they're incapable, but because they've chosen to live as victims, victims of circumstance, of other people, of themselves. Once you accept victimhood, you stop trying to change. You wait for someone else to rescue you. The Stoic refuses this poison. He may be beaten, dismissed, abandoned, misunderstood, but he will not excuse. He adapts, he endures, he builds. That is why he is unbreakable. Here's the truth. Your limitations are not imposed. They are chosen. They live as long as your excuses live. Break the excuses and the chains fall away. Keep the excuses, and you will carry them forever. No one else is holding you back, only you. Say it until it burns through the lies. My excuses are my chains. If I want to be free, I must break them. Number 4, you are not special. Marcus Aurelius, emperor of the greatest empire of his age, wrote to himself, "Soon you will have forgotten all things, and all things will have forgotten you." This is staggering when you realize who wrote it. A ruler of immense power deliberately reminding himself of his smallness. Why? Because ego clouds judgment and blinds us to reality. The moment you believe you are above others extraordinary, you stop growing, learning, and seeing the truth. That is the beginning of decline. The Stoics never glorified being special. They honored universality. You are one among billions. You hunger, fear, love, lose, suffer, and die, just like every human who has ever walked this earth. Your problems are not cosmic curses reserved only for you. They are human problems shared across centuries. Believing otherwise leads to entitlement, self-pity, and emotional fragility. The person who insists their pain is different, their struggle unique, their obstacles unfair, makes themselves weak. Yet today, our age's message is the opposite. You're amazing just as you are. But that message doesn't strengthen you. It sedates you. It makes you soft. Imagine someone taught from birth they are special, above criticism, beyond failure. They believe the universe owes them understanding, comfort, success. Then reality strikes. They lose. They are rejected. They fail. And they collapse, shattering because they built their worth on a pedestal of illusions rather than on the solid ground of discipline and resilience. The Stoic approach tears down that pedestal. It reminds you that you are not owed success, comfort, praise, or recognition. Life is not a contract where the world must treat you gently. What you owe yourself is effort, responsibility, and humility. The discipline to act, the courage to face difficulty, the clarity to accept what you cannot change. That is the foundation of strength, not the empty reassurance of being special. You are not special. And that is the most liberating truth you can accept. If you are not special, your pain is not a curse. It is part of being human. Your flaws are not eternal marks. They are changeable, improvable, temporary. Your failures are not destiny. They are lessons countless others have endured and overcome. To be not special is to be free. Free to fall, free to rise again, free to live without the crushing weight of imagined uniqueness. Repeat this until it is unshakable. I am not special. I am responsible. Responsibility is the antidote to ego. It shifts focus from what you think you deserve to what you must do. Number 3, kill what makes you weak. Seneca wrote, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare, but because we do not dare that they are difficult." Behind that sentence is a brutal Stoic truth. The problem isn't out there, it's inside you. If you want to grow, you must destroy the parts of you that keep you small. The Stoics were not sentimental. They didn't nurture weakness, they cut it out. Pride, laziness, addiction, self-pity, whatever held them back, they faced it without mercy. To carry dead weight inside yourself is to walk into battle already defeated. Imagine someone who wants discipline but makes room for distractions, who wants peace but feeds anxiety with every scroll, complaint, excuse. That person isn't failing because of the world, they're failing because they refuse to kill the habits and thoughts that weaken them. The modern world says, be kind to yourself. The Stoic says, be honest with yourself. If honesty reveals behaviors that make you soft, dependent, reactive, you must let them die. Not later, now. Killing what makes you weak doesn't mean becoming harsh or cruel. It means refusing to let your lower self run your life. It means sacrificing comfort for growth. It means looking in the mirror and saying, this part of me is not serving who I want to become, and then acting on it. Repeat this. If it weakens me, it has no place in me. Number 2, stop chasing peace. Outside yourself. Marcus Aurelius, amidst wars and betrayals, wrote something more like a monk than an emperor. Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul. He commanded armies, decided nations' fates, yet knew the fiercest battlefield was within the mind. What set him apart was realizing that conquering others means little if one hasn't first conquered oneself. This is Stoicism's essence. The greatest empire you can rule is your own spirit. This is the Stoic paradox. The more you chase peace in the external world, the faster it slips away. We imagine peace will come with vacations, relationships, wealth, achievements. For a moment, perhaps it does. But these things rise and fall like tides, subject to fickle fortune. If your calm depends on them, your calm isn't real. It's borrowed, fragile, ready to collapse with the next storm. The Stoic knew peace isn't something you stumble upon externally. It's something you forge within. Picture someone running from noise, closing apps, avoiding people, moving cities. But they don't see the noise is inside them. So wherever they go, they carry the storm. The chaos follows them not because the world is loud, but because they never learn to silence themselves. The stillness they seek cannot be purchased or relocated. It must be built from within. Until they face this, every escape only leads to more restlessness. That's why Stoicism insists peace is not passive. It's something you build. You build it by mastering reactions, choosing not to be enslaved by impulses, quieting the endless inner dialogue that whispers, I'll feel better when... The Stoic answers differently. Feel better now, because your soul is yours to govern, and you already possess what you seek. Peace, then, isn't an accident of circumstance. It's the result of discipline, attention, and sovereignty over one's mind. You cannot control the chaos swirling outside you, betrayal, misfortune, cruelty of chance. But you can decide whether those forces enter your mind. You can choose whether they shape your mood, steal your day, or dictate your life. This is where true freedom begins, not in controlling events, but in refusing to let events control you. Repeat this until it becomes your shield. I will not seek peace in places I cannot control. Etch it into your mind as armor. Number 1. You are responsible for everything. Epictetus didn't sugarcoat anything. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Why? Because taking full responsibility often looks insane to those who prefer blame. But the Stoic knows that until you take responsibility for everything in your life, even what isn't your fault, you will never be free. This rule doesn't mean self-blame. It means ownership. Total ownership. Bad childhood? It's still your responsibility to heal. Toxic environment? It's still your responsibility to choose how you respond. Life isn't fair, and Stoicism accepts that without complaint. But it also teaches this: fairness is irrelevant. Power lies in action. Imagine someone who refuses to play the victim. Their parents failed them, their job failed them, their partner betrayed them. And still they rise. Not because it was easy, but because they made a decision. This is mine to face. The world tells you that you're broken and someone else must fix you. Stoicism says you may be broken, but it's your duty to rebuild. No one else can. No one else should. Because the person who rebuilds you becomes unbreakable. This is the most brutal rule. It ends every excuse. It silences every complaint. And it leaves you with one option: rise or remain. So say this out loud: I am responsible for everything. That is my power. If you've made it this far, you're not just watching, you're transforming. What we covered today is only the beginning. Most people click away when truth demands reflection. But not you. You're still here, which means you're ready to stop surviving and start living with strength, discipline, and clarity. We walked through 8 brutal Stoic rules, each striking something soft inside you, not to hurt you, but to harden what must become unbreakable. Number 8. No one is coming to save you. Number 7. Master your inner battlefield before trying to win the outer world. Number 6. Comfort is slowly killing you. Number 5. Your excuses are the chains you chose to wear. Number 4. You are not special. Number 3. Kill what makes you weak. Number 2. Peace is never out there. It must be built within. Number 1. Radical responsibility for everything in your life. 8 rules, 8 truths, 1 purpose. Fix your mind, fix your life. Now comes your challenge. This week, choose just one of these rules and live by it fully. No shortcuts, no justifications. Whether it's rejecting excuses, embracing discomfort, or owning your inner chaos, choose one and commit to it for the next 7 days. Don't keep it to yourself. Declare it. Share it in the comments. This week, I live by rule number insert number. Tell the world, and more importantly, tell yourself, which of these Stoic teachings would you apply right now? The one that hits hardest is probably the one you need most. If you've stayed through the fire, here's your final action. Comment below, I choose strength. That phrase means more than you think. It means no more waiting, no more blaming, no more wishing. It means becoming the kind of person the world can't break. This is Living Stoic. And you didn't just watch a video, you made a decision. See you in the next one.